You know how people are always like, oh my God, we need to start a podcast. And it's like, you don't need to start a podcast.
But we're doing it anyway. Hi guys, I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lori. And welcome to our little podcast.
This is our first episode.
The point of this podcast, guys, is, well, one, we love to talk, but also, specifically what we're going to be talking about here is celebrities. Yes, but it's gonna be like a little different because Sophia and I was born in 2003. When were you born?
02.
As if I didn't know that. And I feel like we grew up in the era where it was like TMZ, Kim Kardashian was always on the news, like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. What's in my crib? What is it called?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Welcome, tour my crib at MTV Cribs. Thank you. But like, did you watch those shows too?
I watched the downfall of Britney Spears.
Exactly.
And yeah, a bunch of others I can't get top of my mind right now. But when like the paparazzi, like when she freshly like shaved her head, and then like and the paparazzi were like, oh my God, bum 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 bum. And then also Lady Gaga, when she was wearing this, like she was doing controversial things, like the meat dress.
The meat dress was crazy.
Yeah. Low-key iconic.
Oh, dirt did her.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we knew like everything about celebrities. Like they couldn't do anything without it being put on the news. Like, and without people commenting on it.
Like everything was in news. Like you go out to get your nails done, it's like paparazzis, and like this person goes out to do her nails, and then like they chose the wrong color. It's like every single thing they would like nitpick in their lives, and just suddenly it's like front page of the news. I'm like, guys, it's not that really important of what color their nails are or if they chose to chop their hair off, but it was such a big deal.
Yeah, and I will say at the time I like ate it up. I was
yeah.
I need to know everything.
Like the One Direction, when they were splitting, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez relationship drama, everything was on the news, everything was on the dot, front page, someone breaking up, someone found kissing each other. It's like everything.
The culture around celebrities is like people want to know their business, need to know their business, and if they don't give us their business, people get mad.
Yeah.
And I think that's like not normal because I don't know. I just think about like, would you want someone all up in your business?
But at the same time, like I'd be eating that shit up.
Well, yes, but I feel like it gets to a point where people have like parasocial relationships with these people. Like,
I feel like it's fine if like they're sharing personal things about their life if they want to share, but I don't think it's right for paparazzi to take like lowest point of their life, like Britney Spears, shaved head, when it's like back then, like early 2000s, like it was so normalized that they would like photograph their children, and I feel like they're minors, they're not supposed to be out in the front cover of like, oh, the baby cried because the paparazzi, but at the same time it's like they're doing that to people, and they're like, in a way, like I feel like the parents should have like protected them, but at the same time it's like they couldn't, because it's like everywhere you go it's like pictures.
Yeah, so I think it's good that now that's not necessarily like a thing. Like paparazzi really went away. Documenting celebrities and their lowest freaking points was kind of crazy of us, and I'm kind of glad that now, like you said, they share what they want to share, and if they don't share it with us, like, why do we need to know? Like, at the end of the day, they're quite literally exactly like you and me. Like, they're literally just humans that happen to be known by like thousands, millions of people.
Like at the end of the day, it's like I feel like yes, they are idolized, but I feel like they shouldn't be like seen as like they should be kind all the time. Like if somebody like a celebrity say, oh, no to a picture if you run into them in the restaurant, I feel like that shouldn't be like a breaking news, this person didn't want to take a picture, like she's such a bitch, or like he's such a like an asshole for not wanting to take a picture with a fan. At the end of the day, like they just want to have a dinner with their family and with none of the people like bothering them, you know, like they should have a choice.
Yeah. And also, even what they do put out to us, or like what is shown of them, we have these opinions on these people that we've never even met, and it's like, how can we be so right about these people that we don't know, when I feel like you can also have wrong opinions about people that you do know.
Yeah.
Which I feel like is what inspired me to talk about this, was that specific thing. Because, okay guys, so I'm in this class, and if everyone and their mom has taken intro to screen acting, except for you, but you did a similar thing. You did a similar thing in your business class, no, where you like asked people to like write adjectives about you.
Oh yeah, it's like, honestly, people like see what they want to see.
Yeah.
And people choose what they want to share, so you don't really know the full person, you know. I feel like
you asked randos, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what did you think about your results?
Honestly, one day I was wearing like really nice clothes, like I didn't have like Adam Sandler core for once in my life, and they were like ticked off like elegant, like bright, like funny. And like when I was like dressing like as like, you know, like I didn't do my hair, I didn't like wear like proper clothes, and it will be like, it would have like some kind of negative connotation to it. And because I told them to completely be honest, you do, like they don't care about being mean to a stranger, you know. Yeah, I don't remember like exact words that they used to describe me, but like different on what you're wearing, they just judge you based upon that. And or like if you went up to me confidently like, hey, can you do this, fill out this for my class, and da da da, or like, hey, can you fill out this for my class, like I feel like that would make such a big difference. I feel like it's also how like celebrities convey themselves, like Timothee Chalamet. Like if you see like his crazy digital like footprint, like Nicki Minaj songs, like this crazy like math videos, but like he hid that so he could get like, I feel like better roles, like better serious roles, like Dune, the movie.
A Complete Unknown.
Yeah, I don't really watch movies.
Oh, trust, I know.
Yeah, but yeah, it's based on like how people like see you and what you choose to share, and I feel like that's pretty important to take into consideration.
I am so glad you brought Timothy up, because we need to talk about him. But yeah, I had, before we get into Timothy, I did like a similar assignment, but I had to ask people that I know, and I just got like really weird results. Because I feel like that's like expected from people you don't know. Like, they're not going to know you. Of course, they're going to like say weird things about you. Or maybe like it'll be randomly like accurate. Or again, like it depends on how you ask them, how you approach them, literally what you're wearing that day. Like, so many factors. But I asked people that like literally have known me for years. And I will say, like, the people who I've known, the people who I've known since like high school had like really, I would say, accurate to who I think I am as a person. But then at the same time, I had people who I just met here at USC, and like they were saying the same adjectives as those people from high school. So I was like, okay, glad I'm consistent. Glad I'm like, you know, the same. But at the same time, I had people who I just met that had really weird words about me, and I'm like, how do I like portray myself to different people? Like, I have different do I have different versions of myself for different people? Do you know what I mean?
Have you ever heard that? Like, have you ever acted like honestly, like, I'm literally like chill with you, like I'm showing my true self with you. But if I were to go to like a complete like different class, like I have different personality with different people, you know?
Yes.
Like the way I interact with my sisters, or like I interact with you, or like I interact in class with my professor, everything, it will be different. Like Like you just show like sides of yourself that you want to show, and then honestly it's so nerve-wracking when like different parts of people that you show different personality to just come all in the same room. Because what the fuck, how am I supposed to or like what person am I supposed to be? And I just like don't
And
know.
which one's the real one?
No, literally. But at the same time, sometimes like I just don't want to talk to some people. I'm just like really the quiet, the shy person. But like but if I'm like in like with you, I'm like very outgoing. It's like, cause like it's like me, but I'm not gonna waste my energy to like show someone that I truly am if I'm genuinely not interested in you. That sounds really mean, but I do truly mean that. No shame.
I get what you mean. But I was also thinking about that today in my lighting class because I have like maybe one friend in that class. So I just like sit there and I'm like silent and I like listen to the professor.
Mm-hmm.
And I was literally thinking, I was like, if I was in my creators entrepreneur class where I have like so many friends, like I just was thinking of how I act in that class versus lighting class, and I'm like, oh my god, like these people don't know how funny I am and like how real I am.
Or like if you're going to like a strange class and you have that one person that you knew from the before and you just like sit next to them, it's just basically like you show what you want to show, and at the end of the day they're people too, they're gonna do the same.
And speaking of one of those that does the same, Timothee Chalamet, I don't want to like get into his business because like we said, like not trying to have like parasocial relationships with these people, but I just liked the point you brought up of like he shows what he wants to show when he wants to show it. So
you just reminded me of something. When Lana Del Rey she won a Grammy or something, she was doing this speech and she was like smiling, of course, because you just won a Grammy. But later on she just goes like, you know, the sadness, that thing that she portrays to the media, you know, she just like suddenly she was just like smiling with like, and then like talking, and then she just after like a little bit she just locked in and she just like became like the sadness, like sad girl that she portrays to the media. Like she has to put up herself in that image of like the public perception that, oh, she's like summer sad girl, not this like happy girl, because that didn't really match her brand, and that doesn't really match her personality to the brand, you know. So I feel like also a lot of like people in the industry portray themselves into like this certain personality, and they just kind of like translates to their work.
Like when Timothy was like up and coming, like, you know, he was like not as popular as he is now, so his digital footprint like didn't matter as much. He was like embracing the like quirky little like Nicki Minaj loving like white boy like vibe he had, and then all of a freaking sudden he's got this like Oscar run, and so he's like very serious. I don't know. I would not say serious, because I will say I followed those interviews like I was like his mom or something, but and he was like, I don't know if I could say himself because I don't know the man, but he was like still kind of like quirky and silly. But I feel like after the like Oscar like talk started to happen, he was very like, dare I say, reserved.
That's the thing, like the one that you just said earlier, like celebrities, you don't know the man. But when there's like news on like the front page, people when they write, it's like, especially like the magazine, they're like credited or like they didn't like have interviews, they're like making shit up. It's like, how do you know that? It's like ruining their public image. And low-key, I think they started to get sued for that, but back in like when we were growing up, I mean we're still growing up, but back when we were like 5 or something, like they didn't give a shit about fact checking. They just write a bunch of stuff down that would like ruin their perception to the public, especially women.
Oh yeah. And speaking of women, a big thing that people say about Timothy is like the women he dates, like specifically right now he's dating Kylie, and like everyone's so mad and they're like, when it originally started, they were like, oh my God, that is so not him. Like, he's like Timothee Chalamet, like, actor, and she's Kylie Jenner, like, lip kit girl.
Like, people think, like, they don't go well together. Hello?
Yeah.
Do you know the man? Like, you
That, how do you know that they don't go well together?
No, literally, like...
You don't know who he is. You don't know who she is. Like, you literally only know what they show us. And, like, we've seen with ourselves in real freaking life with Timothy and what fucking movie he's doing. Like, you show what you want to show. And it's like, who's to say what part you know is, like, the real him?
Like...
Or the real her?
Yeah. And, like, how they go along together or not. Or people comment, they're like, oh, what do they talk about? Do they even have common things to talk about? Like, look at his digital footprints. He's such a fun, quirky guy. And I feel like seeing Keeping Up with the Kardashians, like, she has such a similar personality with him. Like, you can't judge. Like, and obviously, like, what things we're saying, like, it can't also be right. But at the same time, it's like, never... But people think that they know the celebrities, like, as if they know you too, you know?
But what you brought up when people are like, what do they even talk about? When they say that, it's so much hate on Kylie. They never hate on him.
No, literally. People think she's like an airhead.
They literally think she's they think she's an airhead, yes.
It's like Paris Hilton. People think she's an airhead, but at the same time, like, she works so much in women's rights and children's rights when it comes to, like, not the boarding school, but like what's that, like, behavioral correct, like, camp. There's words where they literally kidnap the children and they, like, raise them in, like, the wilderness, and the parents actually pay, and so many kids die from that.
Yeah.
And, like, she's such a, like, involved person actively, and then, like, she just put a public image of herself that, like, she has this high tone of voice. She's like a dumb blonde girl.
It's not even her real voice.
No, and her eyes are, I don't think it's even blue, and yeah, her, like, voice is deep, and, like, people just, like, see someone of, like, oh, like, she has a high pitched voice, she's just a girly girl, like, she's probably not that smart. Hello, like, you don't know that, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, or, like, people assume that a man knows everything about, like, a certain topic, and, like, people start mansplaining. Like, a man tried to mansplain me about periods, and I'm like, do you have one? Like, have you been through one? He's like, oh, it's not that bad. Yeah, let's see if you went through that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like so many people, like, so many men are, like, I feel like the society give too much credit to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it. Period. So
don't hate on fucking Kylie Jenner. I mean, who's to know if she truly is? But that's the thing. It's like, if you're gonna hate on Kylie and say, what do they talk about? Shit, hate on Timothy too then.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the airhead. Just because he's, like, some crazy actor doesn't mean he can't be an airhead. Like, trust, we're in theater school.
We're not calling anyone airhead. Just to point.
Yeah.
We're just trying to prove a point.
Like, we don't know anything.
Mm-hmm. We don't know who they are. Like, leave them alone. That's just what we're trying to say.
On that note, it's fun to talk and spill tea about people. And trust, I am not one to be like, oh, I don't gossip. Oh, that's my favorite hobby.
Our favorite hobby.
But I think it's just important to take into account, like, I feel like celebrity culture, like, online is so toxic. I mean, definitely way less than it was in the 2000s. That was crazy. Like, it was sending people... It was just doing more harm in the 2000s than it is now. But that's not to say that it isn't still doing harm to this day.
Mm-hmm. It literally takes people's lives. I can't think of, like, a celebrity that, like...
I don't know if this is a celebrity, but...
Like, people get out from their spotlight because, like, they go, like, in depression because of, like, the things people make on their social media or, like, in, like, the media. And,
At the end of the day, it's just their job. It's a job where it just so happens that we get to have some sort of, like, connection to them.
the point being said, since they have this big platform media, people shouldn't judge like what based on what they see, but at the same time, let's not discredit the things they have done in the past for the public.
Yeah.
For example, Chris Brown, like
Well, yes.
beating up women, or like Kanye West, literally, I'm not saying that she didn't have a choice, but I feel like his ex-wife, Bianca, like she was roaming around Disneyland with her bare bandaged feet. I feel like and she's like so educated too, like but I feel like at the same time, like people should be held accountable for like what they do in public's eyes or behind doors, if like something like legal issue, or like if they're not a decent human being. But I feel like there's a line, if public or the media crosses that line, they have right to like, you know, have like a breaking point in their life. Not legally though.
Exactly. Don't judge, but take it with a grain of salt, like you said. Like, if they kill someone, that's probably not something you should support, and that's probably like a true fact if that gets out.
Oh my god! Sorry, I just remembered something. When
Tory Lanez?
Yeah. When he shot up, who was it?
Megan Thee Stallion in the foot.
Yeah, but like he's in jail, right?
He's in jail.
But at the same time, he still releases music.
And
like,
people still support him, but who do they hate on? Megan Thee Stallion.
Hello?
And like, I don't know the girl.
But at the same time, I feel like some you shooting someone in the foot
is crazy. That's where I feel like judgment is valid. Like, that's really insane.
Yeah.
That was our first episode. Spilling tea, but like logically, is the goal.
Genuinely too. Genuinely, logically, supportively.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, but
just kind of touching base on overall celebrity culture, and just kind of what we think about that. Yeah, at the end of the day, celebrities are humans, just like you and me, just like everyone. Unless it's like that AI girl from like 2019, but stay tuned for our next episode. No release date, but we might have one. If we feel like there's something relevant to talk about,
But comment down below what our next episode should be.
Comment down below if there's any instances with celebrities that's like, you're like, wait, you're so right, like,
or you're so wrong, but
wrong. Let's dive deeper and find out what the truth is, if we can.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. Wonderful. So that's been our podcast, Tea at Night, with Lori
and Sophia.
We hope you had a relaxing listen, and stay tuned. Bye.